Hey guys, I'm Cookie Brothers with FCF International. We believe no one should do ministry alone. Every year, I go away for a few days to pray and to ask God some very specific questions about myself personally, about my leadership, and about the future of the ministry. Well, I went in April and wrestled in May. Do you ever have those times when God really speaks to your heart very clearly and you really already know it, but you've chosen to ignore it? And now the Lord is saying, okay, no more ignoring. You know, sometimes it's really a challenge to just get past your own personal issues, your insecurities, your fears, and even just plain stubbornness, to just really step into a place of obedience. Well, when I was a preteen, we didn't have a pool at our home, and most of my friends didn't either. So people either went to a neighborhood pool, if your neighborhood had a pool, or the community pool, or the YMCA. So sometimes my friends in neighborhoods that had a pool, the neighborhood pool would let them bring more than one friend. So a few of us would be able to go together and have a good time. But mostly I just had to go to the community pool. But every once in a while, a friend of mine that belonged to the Y would go there and let us know. So then a few of us would sneak in through a hole in the fence back fence. And that hole was so small. No matter what you wore, how thin or thick the material, it was going to get torn. And you usually got a little skin taken off with it. But it was worth it to be with your friends and not have to pay. That story is what I think of when God asks me to do something that hits my comfort buttons or my discomfort buttons. It's like we think everything is okay here, but God is saying, if you can squeeze through this hole in the fence, it's so much better over here. But it feels like that hole in the fence is just too small for the squeeze. Can I get an amen? I'm telling you, I feel that way probably more often than I should. But anyway, God would never let us get scathed. No, he will ask us to press into him and leave off the carnal comforts to engage a higher level of intimacy with him. They're called disciplines for a reason. Or if it helps, as it does me, I prefer to call them practices. Practices are important. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. What's the Lord been asking you to do that you've been wrestling with? Why don't you just take a moment right now and just write down 3 things that God has been speaking to you about, that you've procrastinated on or put off. You've just been wrestling with it. Once you've written those things down, I recommend that you think about what needs to change for you to actually engage that, and then write that down. Now do that daily until you're actually no longer wrestling, but desiring to practice. It will not only benefit you, but it will benefit those you're called to serve. Remember, you don't have to do ministry alone.